Well, we're here, folks. The easiest gym battle ever. Yeah, I've defeated your son, but I couldn't have guessed he was your son because he took after Mommy! Well, maybe except for the sleeping around part, but whatever. This was a very short introduction, and now we're about to do battle with Byron! And his first Pokemon has changed since the Diamond and Pearl days. It's now a Magneton. Much more fearsome than a Bronzer, if you ask me. And though it doesn't really matter, Aura Sphere is going to destroy it. Probably. Yeah, it did. Even though the level advantage was nowhere close to what it was with the rest of my team. And now, yeah, let's do that. Let's send that huge 800-pound metal snake on a tiny platform that doesn't seem to be supported by anything whatsoever. Well, at least it's not going to spend an enormous amount of time on that platform because Aura Sphere is not only super effective, it also bypasses that gigantic defense. But his final Pokemon is a Bastiodon. The defenses are a lot better spread out in its case, but there's just one problem. It's actually quadruple weak to fighting, so this is going to be even easier, if you can believe it. Gosh. And to be honest, I didn't plan it that way. Well, I did plan on getting a Lucario, but I would have had it on my team regardless of whatever the sixth gym might have been. Had it been ground, it would have been Lucario. Had it been anything, fire, anything, it would have been Lucario that would have been fighting that battle on. Unless, of course, the opposing advantage was insurmountable, but whatever. I guess this isn't the case, so we're never gonna know. So, the Mind Badge, it's the sixth one, and just like with an Emerald, I would like to remind everyone that even though we got 6 badges now, we're nowhere near done with this LP. Because, well, the reasons are different. Because in Emerald, we got all those sea routes to do, which took forever. We got TM91, which is Flash Cannon. I could use it on Dialga, but it's got that huge move pool, so I am better off keeping it for Heatran since it doesn't have much of an offensive move pool. But as I was saying, Emerald had all those sea routes late in the game that took forever, and here it's going to be the post-game that takes quite a while to complete. And yeah, way to state the obvious here. Makes it 6 gym badges. I wonder if he would still say that if for some reason I managed to sequence break using walk-through wall stuff and fight Byron first, for example. Would he still say that? And yeah, I'm in your corner, and as he pointed out in one of the previous battles, he must say that to everyone he meets anyway. So now we got Barry here, who is... Yeah, I'm tougher. Keep dreaming on. You're what, 0 for 5, 0 for 6 against me? Anyway, he asked me to come to the library, but we're not gonna do that just yet. No, Togekiss can't fly, brain. Stupid brain. Instead, we're gonna head to the Orberg Gate to get those last few items that I couldn't get on my last time through there. I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so you probably remember this place, so let's move this boulder now that we can actually do so. And it's an Earth Blade! Well, that's probably going to go on Torterra, probably off-screen, once I check what item it had. Because, no, I don't even remember what my Torterra had for a held item. So, let's use Rock Smash on this, move this boulder aside, pray for no wild Pokemon, there we go, Focus Punch. So now that that's done, we'll see you at the library. Okay, so now I'm back here, too slow. Well, to be honest, he does have a point because I had to run a few errands before going there, and by the way, the item that was on my Torterra was a Dread Plate, so the Earth Plate is obviously an improvement. So, anyway, Barry's called me here because there's Rowan and Dawn who want to have a conversation. And I wonder why the camera panned over to that weird individual on the right. Is he spying on us? And Wow! I love Rowan! I seriously do. That was the best line ever. And it wasn't actually a line, so to speak. But yeah, I'm wondering here, is that guy over to the right like a spy or something? I don't really remember that. But what I do remember is that this reunion, well, it doesn't do a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, because the crap is going to hit the fan pretty fast anyway. Anyway, we're getting a little exposition on Yuxi, Mesprit, and Azelf, and how legendaries never evolve, so he wants to know more about that, considered to be mirages. Didn't get a Pokédex. Well, my thoughts exactly, Rowan! Get out of my head! But yeah, I love that character. He's like nice and yet bitchy at the same time. But okay, so Dawn has just been dispatched to, well, I think he's gonna split us up. Yeah, exactly. So Dawn is going to be going to Lake Verity. I'm going to Lake Valor, and Barry is going to Lake Acuity, which we haven't been to yet. And yeah, way to repeat exactly what I just said, but that's not a very hard part to remember. Anyway, I need a tough trainer to go. Then why didn't he pick me? Okay, way to kiss his ass. You can tell I'm the hotness, but as I said, he lost 5 or 6 times against me. Not even close on top of that, so yeah, just dream on. Just take that little compliment while it passes. And yeah, I'm going to Lake Valor. And yes, it's between Veilstone and Pastoria, and also between Doom! Yeah, so basically what just happened there, well, we're gonna see it in a second, I think. The TV, news, anything, so let's check out what happened. And yeah, Trail of Smokes. There was an explosion at Lake Valor, which I was conveniently headed to anyway. But yeah, this is Team Galactic that just blew up a galactic bomb in the lake, which sort of drained it. I guess I should stop spoiling it. You'll see it for yourselves in just a matter of minutes. That is, if you've never played the game, which I don't think is the case for anyone here. And by the way, Lake Valor is nearly at the other end of the Sinnoh region, so how was the explosion felt all the way over to Canalave? It's like if a bomb went off in Vancouver and we'd feel it here. That makes no sense. Even if a nuke that detonated in Vancouver, we probably wouldn't feel a damn thing. But anyway, that guy over there apparently wasn't a spy or anything of the sort, so I really wonder why the camera panned over to include him in the shot. I honestly don't know. Anyway, that wasn't a natural occurrence. And yeah, because I just spoiled you with the old Team Galactic bit, though it should really be no surprise since a similar explosion happened at the Great Marsh just after I fought the 5th gym. Funny, although, how those things always seem to happen right after a gym fight. But yeah, at least he's not buying into that everything's okay bullshit. Don't get in over your head. Oh, come on! I already beat the leader of Team Galactic. What more do you want? Okay, anyway, we're just gonna see if they've got anything more to say, and after that, we are gonna head to Lake Valor. How convenient. I was supposed to go there anyway, so I guess I'll just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, except for the fact that Team Galactic is interested in the same thing as I am, namely Azelf. So we're going to fly to Pastoria. I don't know if it's quicker to fly to Pastoria or Veilstone, but whatever. I'm going to go to Pastoria because, I feel like it. And besides, I think if Sunny Shore were an option, it would actually be quicker to go through Sunny Shore instead. But obviously, that never-ending blackout, which has lasted for I think, a whole month or something, and it's still not solved. It's not going to be solved until I get Giratina, by the way. Okay, so the entrance to the lake is right over there, and there are no more of those two people blocking it. And obviously this is the music of the Galactic building. And yeah, way to spoil the plans, man. Next stop, Lake Verity. Fortunately, we already got a squad there. Well, it's a 2-man squad, but still better than nothing. Lots of Magikarps all over the place, and there are a few Galactic grunts to fight. I remembered there being a few grunts to fight instead of just Saturn on his own. But anyway, about that part that I'm doing right here, in Diamond and Pearl, you could head to Snow Point immediately, do the 7th gym, and after that, come back here, and it sort of makes more sense to do that since you get to do the whole final crack at Team Galactic arc all in one shot instead of splitting it into like I'm doing right now. But in Platinum, if you try to do that, and believe me, I tried, there are a few grunts blocking your path out of the northern exit of Mount Coronet, so you can't do that. You're forced to come here, then go to Lake Verity, and only then you can start heading towards Snow Point. But in Diamond and Pearl, you have the choice as to what to do. And by the way, I mentioned earlier in the video that, oh yeah, by the way, this whole Sunken Island under the lake deal, basically, each lake had a sunken island under it. Wow, what a sight. Galactic grunts sweeping away all the Magikarps into one corner. And yeah, you got no use for Magikarps, but how about, evolving them? It's not like they evolved that late, especially with the standards set by Black and White. God, I can't believe they made evolution at level 35 or 40 seem like an early evolution of all things. Thank God for the pre-evolution stone. But anyways, I was saying, there's a sunken island under each of the 3 lakes, and what Team Galactic ended up doing was that they blew the everlasting crap out of Lake Valor to empty it of its water and reveal the sunken island at the bottom. But at the other 2 lakes, the explosion somehow caused the other 2 sunken islands to rise to the top of the lake. Don't ask me how it works. Maybe the 3 lakes are connected somehow, or maybe, it's just magic, since the Pixie Trio are supposed to be, well, not deities, but the step right under deities at least. And by the way, something I wanted to point out during the Byron battle, but I couldn't because I didn't have enough time, I was busy commentating the battle, is that, as I said, in Diamond and Pearl, instead of a Magneton, which is only in the expanded Sinnoh Dex, not the regular one, Byron had a Bronzer instead. Yeah, that's right, an unevolved Bronzer at the 6th gym. But now, if you think that's bad, you're going to have to take a look at some of the boss fights I'm going to be fighting from now until the end of the game. They seemingly all have unevolved Bronzers. It's like ridiculous. Did Game Freak think that Bronzong was such a huge threat that they said, oh no, even those big boss fights, we're not going to give them Bronzongs, we're just going to give them Bronzers. The Bronzers are good enough for this point of the game. But yeah, and this is a criticism that I've seen quite a lot against this game, actually. It's love for giving unevolved Bronzers to bosses, especially this late in the game. But then, it's even more inconsistent when you factor in the fact that they actually put wild Bronzongs all over Mount Coronet. And it's not like they're rare, either. They're common, they're ultra common, I think. Other than maybe Golbats there, the most common thing you can find on Mount Coronet, wild Bronzongs. So what's the deal? But anyway, that's going to be enough for today. Sadly, I won't get to fight Saturn just yet. He's going to have to wait until next time, and so will Azelf. That's payback for being so damn hard to catch.